Recently, a lot of people, myself included, have been quite critical of Splatoon 3. Some things just aren't as good as they could be. While it is valid and important to be able to criticize our favorite media, it's easy to fall into an unhealthy and toxic mindset where we only see the negatives and start ignoring the good parts. I think we all know deep down that Splatoon 3 has a ton of absolutely fantastic features. From the characters, to the weapons, to the game modes and more, it has so much to offer. And in this video, I want to talk about some underrated Splatoon 3 features. Small things that everyone knows about but doesn't really realize how cool they actually are. And our first underrated feature is one that we all know very well, the lobby. It seems so obvious, but I don't think we ever take the time to acknowledge how interesting and cool the lobby is. Of course, there's the main training room with the dummies. It's great for aim drills, to warm up to the motion before games, to try out weapons and get used to how they work, and it's nice even to just move around. Also, the variety of dummies with the ones at different heights and the ones that move make for good warm-ups before a session. It's also just nice to have something to do while matchmaking. But another thing that's in the lobby that I've seen literally no one talk about is Judd. Now I'm sure it's because his advice isn't very groundbreaking for people who have like 1,000 hours in the game, but I think it's great for less experienced players. Judd here gives really solid advice and makes the player do some of the things he tells us about. These are informative, short tutorial bits that make the players get used to the game's features and learn how certain things work. They're concise and realistic for what happens in game. So I can definitely see Judd being really helpful for newer players because Splatoon can be quite overwhelming and confusing at first with all of the features it has. Something you're probably more acquainted with though is replays through the lobby terminal. I've spoken about this before, but replays are such a great tool for improvement. You can watch yourself play from different perspectives and catch mistakes that you probably didn't even notice while you were playing. They're overall a fantastic feature that even I don't use enough. We go through the lobby every time we play, but I feel like most of us never really think about how awesome it truly is. I mean, I didn't even mention the jukebox, the Tableturf tables, and the concession stand. Honestly, such a great addition to Splatoon 3. It makes matchmaking bearable and it has a ton of interesting things all in one place. Then we have lockers. These are also technically part of the lobby, but they deserve their own section. Lockers are a great way to express yourself with all of the customizability options. You can show off your favorite gear and weapons, customize it around a certain theme, show off all your trophies and holographic stickers, make it funny, or even leave it empty. It's interesting to see people get creative and express themselves within that small space. You can tell so much about someone based on what their locker looks like, and I think that's really cool. Even though lockers have no real impact on the game, it's great to see what people can come up with, and I'm very glad that they added that feature. They really didn't have to, but they did, and that's really nice. I love seeing other people's lockers. Now I want to talk about something that I think about often, environments. To me, it's really important for games to look good so I can be immersed in the world. And Splatoon 3 is such a beautiful game. Again, this is so easy to overlook since you always see it, but this game is actually so pretty. Despite how they play, the maps look great. Most of them have interesting themes that are well developed within and around the playable area, and that makes for really pretty maps. Some of my personal favorites are Menta Maria and Barnacle and Dime. Additionally, Barnacle also has the best lighting to take pictures of your outfits. Along with that, the plazas look amazing, especially during Big Run or Splatfest. Big Run really has that apocalyptic vibe with the red sky, the Grisco flyers scattered everywhere, and all the other small details. And Splatfests are festive and fun with the idol performances and all the cool and sometimes cursed art from the community. The atmosphere in the city is always on point. Also, the single-player campaign has some of the most beautiful backgrounds. Alterna in general looks fantastic. It does have a certain style that you either like or dislike, but you can't deny that the world is very detailed and has that specific ambience that fits perfectly with the campaign. Splatoon 3 is a very pretty game, and I don't think enough people talk about it. I can appreciate even my least favorite maps because they're just so pretty. Except Mincemeat Metalworks. You will never catch me praising that map. But finally, let's talk about a feature that really needs more love, Tableturf. In a previous video, I totally forgot to mention Tableturf because it's never really talked about in the community, but I'm here to redeem myself and talk about this awesome mode. Tableturf is a board game that kind of works like Turf War. You have a deck of cards and you need to use them intelligently to get more turf than your opponent by the end of 20 rounds. You even have special points and can ink over your opponent's turf with specials. It can be as complex or simple and as chill or sweaty as you want it to be. You can also customize your deck to fit your playstyle, and all the cards represent things from the game with really charming art on them. You can play against either AI represented by characters from the game such as the idols and shopkeepers, or against your friends in private lobbies. Tableturf with friends is honestly insanely fun. It's a very cool way to just hang out with them, and I definitely recommend playing with others if you can. But it's also very enjoyable against the AI. I usually play it after long sessions or when I'm tilting. It's a great way to relax and have fun. Every character has 3 levels, so it can be as hard or easy as you want. Tableturf is truly such a great feature in this game, and I think more people should try it out. I totally get that some players might not be interested because it's very different from the rest of Splatoon, but give it a shot. Once you learn how to play Tableturf, it's hard not to like it. And those were a couple underrated Splatoon 3 features. I could go on forever about how cool this game is despite its flaws. Since the conversation around Splatoon 3 has been quite negative recently, I thought it would be nice to be a bit more positive for once. There are so many things I love about this game, but those were just a few that not many people seem to talk about. By the time this video is out, Drizzle season will have dropped, so I will share my full thoughts on that very soon. But in the meantime, let me know your favorite feature in Splatoon 3. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye!